you believe that a dead person can walk home on their own? No, I'm not talking about Hollywood zombies eating brains or infectious viruses. I'm talking about a cold, stiff corpse standing up, hiking through the mountains, and finding its own grave. This isn't a ghost story from a movie. According to a classified telegram from 1960 sent to Bureau 749, this is real. So, sit back, relax, and let's open the file. To truly understand why this file terrified the paranormal experts at Bureau 749, you must first understand the dark logistics of the corpse driving trade in the Jiangxi region. In the old days, the mountains were treacherous and transport was non-existent, yet Chinese culture dictates that a person must be buried in their ancestral soil. So, a profession was born, the corpse driver, but here is the industry secret, the dark trade that outsiders never knew. There were 3 tiers to this macabre job. The first was the full corpse. This was honest work where the driver physically carried the rotting dead weight on his back. It broke men's spines, and a driver could only make 2 or 3 trips a month. The second tier, and the most common, was the half corpse. This was a dirty, unethical scam born of greed. To maximize profit, these drivers would secretly dismember the body in the wild. They would carry only the head and the limbs back home, burying the heavy torso in the mountains to save weight. Here is the detail that makes your skin crawl. They would time their arrival at the client's house for the dead of night. Working quickly in the shadows, they would place the severed head and limbs into the coffin and then fill the empty space of the torso with a wooden log and bundles of straw. By the time the sun rose, the body was dressed in burial robes. The grieving family would see a full human shape, verify the face, and pay the fee. No one dares to undress a dead man to check if his chest is made of wood. It was efficient. A half-corpse driver could run 20 trips a month. They got rich on deception. But the third type is the living corpse. This is the stuff of nightmares. It involves using lost arcane arts to make the dead body stand up and walk the journey itself. By 1960, this technique was supposed to be extinct. That is, until the telegram arrived. Bureau 749 dispatched 2 of their best agents to the misty peaks of Zhangjiajie. Old Hu, a sharp-eyed veteran who noticed every detail, and Old Zhou, a steady, composed man who never panicked. They were there to meet an informant named Wu Laoba. Wu was a veteran corpse driver, a man with weather-beaten dark skin and a severe limp in his left leg. But this hardened man was shaking with fear. He claimed to have seen the impossible, a father and son duo driving a corpse that walked on its own. It was a female corpse, dressed as a bride. Wu Laoba led the agents deep into the mountains of Changsha County to a corpse inn. These places are not normal hotels. They hang no signboards. During the day, their doors are shut tight, looking like abandoned ruins to the average traveler. They only open at night, specifically for the trade. They are identified only by 7 iron nails driven into the doorframe, the 7 descendant nails. If you see those nails, you stay away. Inside, the air was freezing. Behind the door, black body bags stood in a row, like silent sentinels waiting for the night. Old Hu, sensing the heavy, oppressive energy, instinctively reached into his bag for a handful of sticky rice, a classic weapon against evil spirits. "Stop!" a voice boomed. The innkeeper intercepted him. "Do not scatter the rice." In their trade, sticky rice is forbidden. It disperses the soul, and for a corpse driver, losing a client's soul is a professional death sentence. They learned that the mysterious duo was staying in the VIP room upstairs. This was suspicious. Corpse driving is a poor man's trade. Regular drivers sleep on the floor to save pennies. No one stays in the VIP room unless they are making a fortune. And the only ones making that kind of money were the legends who could drive a living corpse. Old Hu, Old Zhou, and Wu Laoba approached the row of bodies. Wu pointed to a specific black bag marked number 4. "That's it," he whispered. "That's the bride." Old Hu reached out his hand to touch the black fabric. Suddenly, the bag rippled. Something inside moved. "Hands off," a deep, ancient voice commanded from the shadows of the second floor. "Hands off," a deep, ancient voice commanded from the shadows of the second floor. A man in a yellow Taoist robe stood there, looking down at them with eyes like cold steel, flanked by a silent, skinny teenage boy named Manya. These were the targets. Wu Laoba, emboldened by the presence of the 749 agents, shouted up at them, "You are not proper drivers. You are using sorcery. You are driving a living corpse." The accusation drew a crowd. Other drivers emerged from the shadows. The half-corpse drivers hated the living corpse legends. It made them look bad. Wu Laoba demanded the Taoist open the bag. "If you are legitimate, show us the body, or we go to the police." The Taoist dissented slowly. "You aren't drivers," he said, staring directly at Old Hu. Old Hu flashed his Bureau 749 badge. "We are here for the truth." "Very well," the Taoist sneered. "You want to see? Then look." He signaled Manya to unzip the black bag. The heavy canvas fell away, revealing a woman. She was breathtaking. Dressed in a blood-red bridal gown with gold jewelry glinting in the dim lamplight, her skin was white as marble but soft. She did not look dead. She looked like she was sleeping. This was Xiao Dai, a girl who had tragically committed suicide by drinking pesticide. The crowd gasped. A body dead for days should be stiff and rotting. This preservation was impossible. The Taoist claimed it was just herbs. "She does not walk," he lied smoothly. "I carry her. It is just a full corpse job." The crowd began to disperse, satisfied. The Taoist and his son prepared to leave, closing the bag. But Old Hu was a top agent for a reason. His sharp eyes caught a detail everyone else missed. As the Taoist turned away, Old Hu noticed something jutting out from the back of the bride's collar. It was the corner of a yellow paper talisman. "Wait," Old Hu said. Before the Taoist could stop him, Old Hu reached out and ripped the talisman off the bride's neck. At that exact moment, nature itself screamed. As the yellow paper left the corpse's skin, a bolt of lightning tore through the night sky outside, followed instantly by a deafening crack of thunder that shook the inn's foundation. The lights flickered and died. In the flash of the lightning, the unthinkable happened. The beautiful, soft body of the bride did not fall. It snapped upright. Her eyes, previously shut in peaceful slumber, slammed open. They were empty, void of life, yet filled with a terrifying primal panic. She began to move. Not a shuffle, but a rigid, mechanical hop, launching herself toward the living with unnatural force. "Don't move! Watch and learn!" the old Taoist shouted, his calm facade shattered. The teenage boy, Manya, sprang into action with the speed of a soldier. He ignored the terrified agents and the screaming crowd. He skewered the torn talisman onto the tip of a wooden sword and began to chant, his voice cutting through the panic. "Heavenly spirits, earthly ghosts, 3 souls and 7 forms, hear my command." The Taoist moved in perfect synchronization with his son. He struck the girl's body 3 times with a peachwood sword, on the back, the neck, and the spine. A strange, blinding golden light seemed to pulse through her veins for a split second, illuminating the dark room. "Halt!" The Taoist rang his brass bell. Clang, clang, clang. The sound was piercing. Upon the 3rd ring, the bride froze mid-air, landing stiffly. Her eyes remained open, staring at nothing, but the chaotic energy was gone. She was a statue once more. The room was dead silent, save for the heavy breathing of the terrified onlookers. The living corpse was real. The Taoist turned to the crowd, his face weary but proud. I have shown you the secret of my sect. My only request is that you leave us alone." He then cupped his hands in a traditional salute and spoke the secret code of the trade, a phrase used only by the masters. "Generals, do not dismount. We will meet again." He signaled Manya. Without a word, the boy guided the now docile standing corpse out into the rainy night. The half-corpse drivers, shamed and terrified by true power, dared not follow. But Old Hu and Old Zhou did. They caught up with the father and son on the muddy mountain path. This time, there was no hostility. Old Zhou, maintaining his characteristic calm, apologized for the disruption, while Old Hu expressed his genuine professional curiosity. The agents of Bureau 749 simply wanted to understand the mechanism behind the magic. The Taoist, realizing these government men meant no harm, finally opened up. He explained that this wasn't necromancy in the Western sense. It was a dying science from the Shangqing sect, dating back to the Ming dynasty. He told them the origin story of his lineage, starting with the founder, Zhang Gui, or Zhang the Ghost. Centuries ago, Zhang was originally a destitute fortune teller who realized that reading palms paid pennies, but transporting the dead paid in gold. He discovered that a single corpse-driving trip earned him 3 taels of silver, more than he could make in a month of fortune-telling. Driven by poverty, he developed the technique. "The human consciousness does not vanish instantly," the old man explained, his voice fighting the sound of the rain. "For 49 days, a residual signal, the soul, lingers in the neural pathways. If you know the right herbs and the right frequencies of sound, you can reactivate the motor functions. You can make them walk. Sometimes, if the connection is strong, they can even speak their final regrets to their families." The bride, Xiao Di, wasn't a monster. She was a biological machine running on fading battery power, being guided home to say goodbye to her parents. The Taoist admitted the economics of it. It was dangerous work. While the half-corpse drivers butchered bodies to save weight and made their money through volume and deception, he and his son kept the bodies whole. They commanded high prices from wealthy families who demanded dignity for their dead. It was a monopoly of skill, but it was lonely work. As they walked deeper into the darkness, the old man looked at his son, who was silently guiding the dead bride ahead of them. "I do this because I have no other skills," the Taoist said, his voice breaking slightly. "But Manya, he is young. This is the era of New China. When I am gone, this trade dies with me. I want him to work in a factory or an office. I don't want him to be a companion to the dead." It was a sobering realization. The terrifying supernatural event wasn't about ghosts or demons. It was about a father trying to earn enough money in a dying, gruesome trade to buy his son a normal life. The walking corpse was just cargo. The real story was the love of a father in a harsh world. So, the file is closed. If you enjoyed this peek into the forbidden archives, please like and subscribe to see what else Bureau 749 is hiding. But before you go, the Taoist said the art died with him. Did it? Tonight, when you turn off the lights and lie in bed, listen closely to the wind outside your window. If you hear a rhythmic clang, 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 whatever you do not open your eyes. You might just be on their route. Good night.